Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, I'm Anna and I'm a little bit spooky, and today we are testing out the new L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum. We're going to be doing a wear test on this and a full review. We're going to go over the claims, all the things today with this product. You're going to see a demo of how it applies, how I like to apply it, and we're going to wear it for the rest of the day, see how it holds up and how it looks on the skin by the end of the day. So yeah, if that interests you, just go ahead and keep on watching. Before you do, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below. Let me know, have you tried this out yet? What do you think of it? Do you have any opinions? Are you interested in it? What other drugstore foundations are you loving? Yeah, so we're going to talk about all the claims of this one and is it worth the hype? Without further ado, let's get into that demo and talk about the product. The True Match Hyaluronic Tinted Serum is the first tinted serum with 1% hyaluronic acid. Instantly, skin looks brighter and even and feels hydrated. Our tinted serum is expertly formulated with hyaluronic acid known to give the skin hydrated and smooth feel over time, and luminous mineral pigments, which provide lightweight coverage and brighten the complexion. Available in 10 nude radiant shades, which blend and match with a variety of skin tones. The True Match Nude Hyaluronic Tinted Serum retails for a whopping $19.99 for a drugstore. At Ulta and everywhere else I've seen it has been about that price point. Now you can always get a sale because it is drugstore. You can always get a deal. Like right now, Ulta has buy two get one free on all L'Oreal products. So you know I think that would make a little more incentive there. You know, use a coupon, whatever, at the drugstore. Don't pay full price. Never pay full price at the drugstore. Anyway, this has the 1% hyaluronic acid, so this is meant to have a lot of skincare benefits in it. It has 10 shades that do run a pretty good spectrum, and because this is a sheer product and is meant to adapt to your skin tone, I can see them trying to get away with the 10 shades, but it does look like it covers a wide variety of shades within there. So it's a nice spectrum of colors. There's, you know, they don't look too similar or same. I have the shade 0.52. So this is going to fit anyone who wears in between those shades. Very light pale. I'm assuming within like the True Match line. So yeah, it looks like this. It has a glass bottle, has a dropper. This part will get a little messy on you, but that's okay. I can deal with that. But it has the whole dropper situation. It's a very thin formula. So far with my experience with it, I've enjoyed it. So what we're going to do right now is demo this and show you application, how I like to apply it. And in conjunction with this, I'm going to use the True Match Eye Cream in a concealer, which is a very comparable. I feel like these products are meant to play together, or I think they are meant to go together. Even though this came out quite some time ago, I feel like they should have started with this and then launched this because no one really cared about this. And I think this would have been more the flagship product, and this should have been like the companion to launch. And perhaps a powder. I would like to see them come out with a hyaluronic powder like by Terry. Whole range, because the Hydra powder I freaking love. But I enjoyed the concealer that goes with this. I bought it, I don't know, quite a few months ago when this launched, and I initially had like some mixed feelings about it. Like I thought it was too deep for me and just felt I was confused by it, I think, more than anything. But I have really come to love this concealer, and I know it got some kind of negative reviews here and there, but honestly, I really like this concealer and have enjoyed it quite a bit. So I was excited to try this product out, and because it has the nice kind of luminescent pigments in it to make the skin look bright and all the good things, it just sounds like something I would really be into. And I am more into a lighter coverage these days and just something kind of easy. I know my eyes are a little bit fun today. I used the NYX Superstars Christmas palette that they just came out with, and I was just testing it out, and this is what I've done. So I'll link the video using this below and testing it out. But today we're just talking about foundation. Alright, so my favorite way to apply this is with a brush, and I've not done any primer today. I've been wearing this without primer, in fact, because I think it looks really good just on my skin without any, I don't feel like I need primer or anything with it. I think it looks really just nice as is. And I've just applied my Paula's Choice Niacinamide treatment, and then Follow that up with my Rock sunscreen right here, and that's what I've used today, and a little bit of my Origins Ginseng Eye Cream. So that's all that's on my face currently. No primer, nothing like that. So I like to give this a little shake. I don't think it says you have to shake it, but I feel like it's a product you need to shake. It just seems like it should. And to me, a little bit of this actually goes a pretty decent long way. But I like to apply it with a kind of a flat foundation brush. This one's my favorite from Sonia Kashuk. This is her, oh dear, it's rubbed off. It's one of her professional foundation brushes. I'll pop it on the screen what it's called. But as you see, a lot of product is on the dropper itself, and it's a bit messy. So I usually just take what's on the dropper here and just put that on the back of my hand to start, like that, and swirl my brush in a little bit of it, not a whole lot yet, and I just start buffing it on. Now, as you can see, I have some redness going on today. The weather is messing my skin, so I've got some hives going on and just some irritation a little bit. It's every season change when we get into like December and it starts getting cold and hot and cold. My jawline gets really irritated and I get like hives for some reason. It's like I don't know. And I get very itchy just around my chest, neck, hands. It's a whole thing. But anyway, so we're going to see if it covers that up, that little hive there, and how it looks. Well, I mean, I know how it looks. I've used this quite a bit since I got it, but because it has been a product that I've thoroughly enjoyed for every day. I'm just going to start buffing it on. Just a very small amount to begin, and you can see it already is like evening things out. It just looks very skin-like. Like it just looks perfected, but not like you're wearing makeup so far. I do find it to be somewhat buildable. Like you can get a light coverage out of it, more than I think you would reckon that you would get from it. It seems like a product that you would get zero coverage from, but actually it's pretty nice. I think I've had some good skin days when I use it. I don't find it makes my skin feel dry, like which was my experience with the Maybelline foundation with the hyaluronic acid in it. I think it was the Maybelline that came out with one. It just looks so dry and so flaky and like just bad on my skin. I hated that foundation. And this one I haven't had that experience with. I think maybe just because it is quite thin and a little more like a serum rather than a traditional foundation. It just sits better on the skin. It reminds me a little bit of the Kosas Tinted Oil foundation. I can't remember what that's exactly called. The ease of application of this reminds me of that, just because it's so easy to apply. But the finish is almost, it's just very truly skin-like. It's illuminating subtly, but it doesn't look shiny. You don't look oily. It just looks very beautiful and truly skin-like. But it's not greasy or overly dewy looking. It is just a kind of a perfect finish, and it has that slight luminescence in there that is very, very subtle. So here's just a quick little what I had on my hand applied to the bottom half of my face, and I think it looks so nice. Like this is just running out the door, even my skin tone out, good to go type of coverage. And that was so quick and easy to apply. So I'm going to take a little bit more, go ahead and finish up the forehead and build up anywhere that I want to build, such as like right here or my jaw. I tend to have a lot of redness on my jaw anyway. And my skin right now is a little bit dry from just the weather changes and just the cooler weather and all. Not as happy as it is in the summer or in the warmer months. A little itchy, but it's doing okay. Definitely not like having horrible breakouts or anything right now. So now I don't think applying this with a sponge would necessarily be an ideal way of applying it. I feel like it would just kind of soak into the sponge too much, but I think a brush or your fingers, beautiful way to apply. And this does go on really well with fingers, and you get just a nice kind of light application. I've done that just when I'm in a hurry, just slapped it on and just, like I said, I have a very red jawline, and that's kind of something that bugs me, is my redness like right there. And yeah. And see, I didn't use a whole lot of product, but can you see like this slight luminescence on my skin? Like it's just vaguely illuminated. It's almost like you took Flawless Filter, just a teeny tiny dab of that, and mix it in your foundation. It's that kind of luminescence to it. It is so beautiful. It really is. I'm quite pleased with the finish of this product. And I'm kind of building it a little bit on my cheeks and around the jaw. And see, I just took down the redness. I definitely think this is a product that is worth the price. Even though to me, $20, especially for a drugstore product, is quite a lot. That's damn near Sephora prices. But it being a drugstore brand, you can always get a sale. But look at that. Like that looks just like my skin, and I can still see like my freckles through, but there's no redness or anything like that. It's just very perfected. Very like perfect everyday type product. I have like foundations that I gravitate towards on the day to day, and then I have ones that I kind of gravitate towards for like more glam looks. Like if I was going to go, full glam, I'd probably go with like the Better Believe It from Physicians Formula or the L'Oreal Fresh Wear, something like that. But for my day-to-day life, and just even now, like even with more kind of amped up looks, I'm preferring finishes more like this. They're just very natural and skin-like. But yeah, that is what it looks like applied. And let's go ahead and pop on a little bit of the corresponding concealer, which I have in C12 Pale, which this product is kind of confusing. It is also very thin. It doesn't quite have the illuminating quality that the serum does. There's just something beautiful about that foundation. This one is that same kind of thinness to it, and the shade is a little bit orange initially, but it just somehow adapts and really does start to like blend right into the face. Like see how it has a little bit of a peach in it, but it really helps to cancel out any darkness, and when you blend it out, it just adapts. It's kind of magical. And this is also a product that you don't need a whole lot of, and you can just literally tap it on with your finger and it just cancels out the darkness under my eyes. Now I don't have a lot of darkness under my eyes, so if you are somebody who definitely has more to cover in the under eye area, skip out on this concealer. It's not going to be for you. But for me personally, it's one that works really well because that's not a trouble spot for me. And I mean, the tiniest amount of this really does the job. It really does feel like you're applying an eye cream. And I just pat it in and treat it just like I would an under eye cream. And just blend it where I need it. I take a little bit just around the nostrils. So those two products together, oh, a dream team. For me, an everyday dream team. And you guys know I'm a really, I don't know if you do, but I'm a big fan of the Age Perfect foundation in the tube, the squirty tube with the SPF 50. That's another like holy grail product from L'Oreal. And this to me has that similar coverage to it, but it sets down a little more and the finish is just a little bit more perfecting. Like your skin, you see my skin just looks smooth. Like I don't feel like any pores are emphasized or anything like that. It truly looks very just perfected. And I think this one would be a good one for mature skin, young skin, kind of everybody. Especially if you are looking for something a little more hydration in it, lightweight, but aren't a fan of these types of products in the tubes that are a little bit thicker and don't really set down as well. This might be something you would like a little bit more. So I'm going to do a light powdering just in my T-zone, which is how I've been kind of doing my powder lately. I haven't been like super powdering everywhere, just on the... And for that, I'm going to use my number 7 Lift and Illuminate Triple Action powder. This is just my kind of one of my go-to most perfecting beautiful powders ever. Is a dupe of Charlotte Tilbury setting powder that I can't think of the name of. I'm just take a little bit of this on a brush. Just like take a little bit of this right in here, set my under eye, because that concealer will crease if you don't set it, because it is kind of an emollient product. But it sets down beautifully. And same with the foundation. But we're gonna do a wear test and see how long it holds up today. I have high hopes for it. I think it's worn really well. Every time I've worn it, I feel like my foundation has looked really good. My skin's looked really good by the end of the day. But I haven't really like worn it a really long time and paid super close attention. I always have to set my chin. My chin's actually really oily, and around my mouth tends to be my oiliest places, and a bit on my forehead. But mostly right here is where I get super oily. But I have very combo skin. It's dry in some places, oily in others. It's, I think, pretty average and fairly balanced. I'm just dusting a little bit of this around. A very light kind of powder application. Okay, so here's what we're looking like. I think it looks really kind of perfect. Just pretty, very, very skin-like, natural, no makeup type of look. Just so good. I'm really happy with this particular foundation, actually. And I wasn't sure how I'd feel about it when I picked it up. I was like, gosh, it's so expensive for one thing. And I hadn't really seen a lot of reviews about it, so I didn't have high hopes because it just seems so thin and like it wouldn't, I don't know, do a whole lot. But it is very impressive, and I think it looks really good. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish the rest of my face up, and I'll be right back. Okay, and this is the makeup all complete for today with the L'Oreal True Match Nude Hyaluronic Serum. I think the skin looks really good. It looks like, oh, there's this luminescence to the skin. It looks almost ethereal. I think it looks really pretty. This does, I feel like, oxidize just the teeniest amount. Not much. I think it still matches me really well. And it does feel like it adapts to your skin, much like the concealer does. I think these are hero products in my opinion. Now, we will see how it wears throughout the day. I have set it with a little bit of that number 7 powder, and on the rest of the face I use my Film Star Bronze and Glow to bronze and highlight, and a bit of e.l.f. Putty Blush on the cheeks. And I have I have used my Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist from e.l.f., which is my favorite setting spray. It is pretty much a dupe of All Nighter from Urban Decay, but I think a little bit nicer. So yeah, this is how the skin is looking, and I think it looks freaking phenomenal. It looks gorgeous. Like, if I look in my magnified mirror here, I don't see pores, there's no settling. Everything just looks very perfected. Incredibly perfected, skin-like, no makeup on my skin. Like, it's everything I would want for my day-to-day makeup. And yeah, and if you wanted more coverage, you just take a higher coverage concealer. And you know, you kind of have all your bases covered. I'm surprised at like the buildableness of that product. Like, look, my hive, barely see it. So yeah, that's pretty awesome. I'm gonna wear this for the rest of the day, and I will check in with you later and let you know how it held up. So yeah, see you in a little bit. Hey guys, okay, 4-hour check-in here. It is now 8 a.m. I've had this on since about 4 a.m., give or take a few minutes. But things are still looking pretty good, if you ask me. I mean, I think it still looks good. Let me go ahead and check in my mirror up close here. Things look pretty much exactly as they did when I applied it. Got perhaps just a tad more radiant, as one does. I've been sitting under studio lights, a little warm in here. I am wearing a hoodie as well. But yeah, I've just been filming some more videos, doing a little bit of admin work here in the studio. Yeah, I think the skin is looking really nice. There's a nice kind of natural radiance going on, but it doesn't feel tacky or anything like that. It just looks very healthy and skin-like still. So yeah, and there's no breakdown as of yet. Everything is looking really good. So alright, I will see you guys at the end of the day. 9-ish hours in, a little over 9 hours in, I believe. And here's how we're looking. A little shiny. Yeah, a little shiny. Could use with like a powder touch up, but that would be about it. Otherwise, I think everything is holding up really well. Ignore my lipstick being gone because I ate tacos. But otherwise, everything looks good. Just a little dewy. But as this, a little bit of powder would fix all that. But otherwise, I think it has worn really well. And it still looks really good on my skin. And if it is going to wear away anywhere, I feel like it would wear away very gracefully and not look obvious. Like it's a very graceful foundation. And I think it looks pretty good for 9 hours in. And I was over a hot stove sauteing or grilling some carne asada meat. So yeah, and have done some stuff around the house, worked on decorations, and I think we're holding up pretty well. Yes, pumpkin. So yeah, my final verdict though is this is a really nice foundation, and I think if I had actually added some more powder today and like perhaps powdered a little more, it would have held up a little longer, but this is actually fine for me. I think this looks nice still. And if I was going to leave the house or like, you know, if I was going to go out for dinner later or something, I would just throw a little powder on, touch up, and reapply my lipstick. And I think I would be pretty content. And yeah, some of this is highlighter, obviously, but I think this foundation just looks beautiful. It looks so skin-like and natural. Okay. But yeah, final verdict is I really like it. I think it's a great product. And if you're looking for something really lightweight and not super concerned about extreme longevity, you want something that's going to moisturize your skin almost. Like I think it'd be really good for dry skin is something like this. If you're oily, I don't know if you would really enjoy this product so much. But for me, with my kind of balanced in-between skin that's a little oily, a little more oily than dry these days, I think this is kind of my perfect go-to type of product, especially for day-to-day. This is a very nice one, and also I wanted you to see what it looked like in daylight because I'm actually awake during the day. So alright, that is all for today. Thank you for hanging out with me and seeing how this product performed. I'm into it. I like it. I think this is a good foundation. Is it worth $20? Possibly. Well, hello. But okay, I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe and stay spooky. Bye now.